What is going on, my freaks, geeks, and freethinkers? This is Mike Romanelli with the Freethinkers Society, episode number 55. This was a really fun one. We got my man Anthony from We the People Radio in studio, and as always, Clint Esposito across the way from me.
What's up, Michael?
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
What's up, Ant?
Pleasure to be here.
It was a lot of fun.
I'm doing great because I had a quarter of this Liberty Farms natural gummy.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, they're really, those gummies are awesome, right?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting awesomer.
Good, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
That's a quick intro. Hey, go to herosoapcompany.com. Wash your ass. I'm going to play the song for you. You can get 20% off by using the code Freethinkers with an S. Now listen to the ad.
Do you love freedom? Do you love being clean? Then you'll love Hero Soap Company, made in the USA. Chemical and fragrance free. A portion of each purchase donated to veteran and first responder charities. Initial subscription purchase is matched bar for bar and sent overseas to deploy troops. Let freedom clean. Hero Soap Company.
Doodling and Etruscan, addicts of drugs not yet synthesized, black marketeers of World War III, excisers of telepathic sensitivity, osteopaths of spirit, investigators of infractions denounced by bland paranoid chess players.
Here.
W.
W. George W.
I'm going to play the intro.
Yeah. Fucking do it, Clint. Is it 54?
Sorry, I'm going to play the intro. Talk into your mics, everybody.
54.
Talk into your mics, everybody.
50, 50, 54. Do you want me to say
Yes.
your last name or just
1,
Anthony
2,
from We the
3,
People,
4,
right?
7.
Just Anthony from We the People, right?
Sure.
Or do you want your whole?
Yeah. Anthony from We the People.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
55, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Clint. Just Clint, right?
Just Clint,
Just
sure.
no Esposito, right?
Whatever you
I
want.
heard the racist against Italians around here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, New Jersey?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
the
No,
internet?
no, on the internet.
Clint
in the
Esposito,
webs.
Anthony LaFerrara, and Mike Romanelli.
Yeah.
Diversity.
This will not be taken. People won't be into this. No diversity.
Oh,
This is as diverse as Squid Games.
Never seen
hold
it.
on.
Never saw it either. I don't fucking feed that devil shit.
Let's see.
Doodling and Etruscan, addicts of drugs not yet synthesized, black marketeers
I do it
of
too,
World
but
War
then I
III,
can't film. And there's
excisers
certain
of telepathic
like
sensitivity,
she watches everything.
osteopaths of spirit, investigators,
But most things, like I'm not watching anything.
infractions denounced by bland paranoid chess
Suck
players,
NFL,
servers of mad
and that's my mindless,
Is NFL and UFC still not Loosh harvesting?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100 fucking percent it is.
He
That's what I'm
gives
saying.
all his loosh
That's
to
what
the...
I'm saying. Yeah, I blow my loosh on that. That's my point. So I blow my loosh on those two things.
Oh.
But, I'm going to tell you a little trick if you like football.
No.
The red
That's
zone.
So you got to drink Gatorade.
The red zone. Red zone has no commercials. And I could feel a different energy, I swear to God. It just shows you it's just one guy kind of like talking and he just cuts to. It's literally like today's culture. Are we recording yet or no?
We have been.
Oh, okay.
So all that racist
Boom.
stuff you said is on tape.
No, but it's like today's culture. The NFL Red Zone Network. It's like it's like ADD. It's like boom, boom. It just goes. It jumps. It goes for whoever's going to score. Whatever's the most exciting thing on the board. But there is no. You're not in the network, so there's no commercials. You don't get the commercials. You get 7 hours straight. And I swear to God, all that fucking loosh and whatever stuff. And they don't show you a lot of the bullshit either that sometimes they'll in a game. Show whatever people are upset about. They'll go to that on the real network, But I watch that and I can tell you, I feel like it's maybe I'm just fucking.
The idolatry is focused on the athletes.
Yeah, you're just watching the game. There's none of that bullshit where the loosh harvesting probably happens. Same thing with UFC.
No, what I'm
I
saying
only really
is
watch
the
the
loosh
fight.
comes also from just idolizing the players themselves.
Oh, I don't at all.
Yeah.
I
And the
I
the
don't
energy
want-
that comes from your team winning or your team
don't have a
losing.
team. I don't have a team either.
Yeah.
I have no team.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I just watch it just because it's just
like the
it's
sport.
Maybe I
like
need
the
you guys
sports,
to explain Loosh to me.
but it's just energy, right?
Okay, I don't know.
I thought they were just pants that didn't fit well. No? Yeah, energy. Spiritual energy, emotional energy.
Yeah, like your juju, your chi, your. So Loosh is the word that everyone's
That's
using.
why
It's very
they
new
don't
age.
want anybody to do mushrooms because it raises your vibes and you'll see through that
probably.
shit.
It definitely
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
And then you'll see through that shit. You'll be like,
Oh fuck yeah.
who cares what that loser says?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, because right. So if you get vibrating a higher frequency from psychedelics, which most of the time, if you do it right, do the right set and setting, all that, a lot of times the message is love, right?
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
and
yeah.
connectedness
Yeah.
and connection to the earth and all that stuff, right? So yeah, that's my opinion on why psychedelics were so criminalized for so long.
And because you think beyond your ego.
Oh yeah.
You think outside of the prism or the lens of your ego for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, you get into an argument.
Can't do that.
No. Ego above everything.
That's right.
I must feed the ego as big as it can get. But no, I mean, even let's say getting into an argument with someone, your spouse, whatever, and really thinking about it from a perspective of not like, fuck, I have to be right, and just defending your point just viciously or whatever, then you can really think like an impartial observer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And without
Now you're
that,
saying
it's
more on a
difficult.
microdose type level. See, I get that perspective. Not so much microdose, but a microdose of THC or cannabis. I get a lot of that introspection.
I've heard
you're
of
saying.
that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I heard it's good.
yeah. I get that. I get that psychedelic type feeling though. For when I eat eat cannabis at a lower level.
I think that I've been almost naturally thinking that way because of just consistent cannabis use over the years. I just think that my brain or just my thought patterns go in that direction. Like I don't really give a shit whether I'm wrong or not, to be honest with you.
Do you think it makes you a kinder person?
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, because you're so much more empathetic, and you can literally, at least I can, put myself in somebody else's, not just their shoes, but just how they would be thinking based on what's happening in the room or, in life, and what it must be like from their perspective.
Yeah.
I would agree with that, and I'm terrible with social cues.
I suffer from social anxiety.
So I don't, but I'm just like, a lot
No,
of
I
times
know.
later I'll be like,
A little bit.
I read that wrong. Like,
Mhm.
why did I say that?
I got some serious social anxiety, but yeah.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Like, how is it?
I am. I'm just shy. I guess it would be called shy. Right?
I am too.
It would be called shy.
Naturally, I'm definitely shy.
So like if I go, I'm not out. I can become outgoing, but I'm not. I'm just fucking. I don't know. I'm weird, man. I'm fucking weird. When I go,
you have to.
You're
try,
outgoing when you know people.
I can.
I mean, that's how I
think-
am. People that know me, I'm like, I don't do well trying to talk to people, and they're like, "What do you mean? You do? Like we're having a great conversation, blah blah blah." And I'm like, I don't know. Somehow, maybe
Are we?
you're engaging.
Are we?
Well,
I think it's pretty
I
shitty,
think it's
actually.
usually people that can carry a good I can have a good conversation with people that can carry a good conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we're talking about something that I'm into, like mushrooms or whatever, dirt bikes, or you know what I
Sure.
mean, then I'll go off. But I'm not good at like just every day.
You know what I was gonna say, Clint? I don't mean to cut you off, but where you guys were asking, you asked about shyness or social anxiety. I cannot do small talk. I realized.
Yeah, me
By
neither.
introspect and looking at myself, I can't do it. I can't walk into an elevator and say, "How's the weather?" to a stranger.
Me
Dude,
either.
But
I
you
could
have
smile
the
at
best
them.
built-in small talk right now. The time change, right? You're like, wow, it gets dark so early now, right?
See, I
Yeah,
just can't
wow.
do
Gets
it,
me
though.
every year, dude. You can't?
I'm
It's
glad
very
it's
hard
not
for me to
dark
do.
when I
Maybe I
wake
should
up.
start. You know, I like this, Anthony. Hold up. I'm sorry, Clint. I'm sorry. What you just said. What about that time change? I truly can't stand it. I
Yeah.
truly think it fucks people's minds up.
Yeah.
I'm
going
gonna start just saying that to strangers.
Yeah, and I joke about it too. And I'm
Maybe
like,
it's,
I'm like, you know what? I'm almost 40 years old, and it gets me every year. Like,
Thing
you
is-
think I'd be used to it by now?
So in the summer, it would get dark earlier.
Mhm.
I mean,
No,
that's
no.
not
In the summer, it
really
gets dark
cool.
later.
It's the same
Yeah,
pattern
but-
every year.
Thank you.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
asking, genuinely. You spring
Spring
forward,
ahead,
so
fall behind.
Fall
yeah,
back,
exactly.
yeah.
So it's gonna be 9 o'clock when it gets dark instead of 8 o'clock or
Well,
whatever.
it's like 5.
Yeah, you
but
gain an hour
5:30.
or you lose an hour.
I know, but I'm saying of light. So right now, I like it better the way it is now because at least it's light when you get up. I didn't like it
No,
before
I do
it
like that
changed.
for sure. But you're also going to lose about a minute or so of daylight
Yeah.
until December 20th.
I
then
know
it
how the
turns around.
pagan calendar works.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Then it's the return of the sun.
Arizona
AKA
doesn't do
Christmas.
Yeah.
They don't do daylight savings. So like,
Yeah.
nah,
How does
we're
one
good.
place just like fuck
Yeah.
off?
Arizona does whatever it wants.
Dude, what if imagine
I mean,
working?
they put
How come
fucking-
they probably have no corona because it's so fucking hot?
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
they
like
put
3
guys,
cases.
these guys in pink jumpsuits in the desert. They do whatever the fuck they want. You go to a bar there, people got machine guns on their hips.
Yeah.
Like Arizona does what it wants.
But you imagine living in one time zone, working in another.
No, Jesus, that'd be horrible. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Do you do
Somebody
that?
does it.
No, but I
No.
guarantee you, there's
Oh,
people out
for
there
sure.
that do
Oh,
it.
for sure.
Depending on
Yeah.
which way it goes.
Mm-hmm. Could you ever get used to that? I don't think so.
Yeah, but why not? You would just.
Yeah, I think that humans adapt to anything.
You know what helps with those time changes and jet lag and whatnot? Have you ever done intermittent fasting?
Mm-hmm.
So if you train your body to eat every day at, let's say, 4 p.m., your body then knows when it gets food, it's 4 p.m. So if you happen to be traveling somewhere where there's like a big time change and you can hold off and then eat 4 p.m. local time, you kind of reset your body. And, jet lag's not
That makes
as,
sense.
shitty.
So before I would go places where the time was really far off, I would start fucking my sleep pattern up like a week before and
Yeah.
start looking at their time and try to force myself to like stay up really late or whatever
brutal.
it was. Yeah. And then by the time I got there, I would adjust faster. But if I was just every day the same and then all of a sudden went there, and even the lack of sleep and making myself really tired when I first got there, it was like, fuck it, I'll sleep. So then I could actually fall asleep.
And then if you're not there that long where you don't truly adjust, you just like adjust a little bit and then boom, you come back
Yeah.
home. Oh, man. It's
Well,
the worst.
we went to China the one time and I did no preparation. This is the one that made me start to actually be like, okay, I need to figure something out. And we were there for like 5 days. On the 5th day, we did the show that actually
That was my
mattered
question.
in front of everybody.
So you had 5 days to prepare from the flight.
Well, I think it was the 5th day probably was the show.
So 4 days to prepare.
4 days basically. But so we go there, we set the bikes up, blah blah, we ride like 2 days or at least a day before, probably 2 days before. And then by the day, like I started to get fucked up, and by the day of the show, I am like I can't I was worse. It just
It got
fucked me
worse.
up like because I hadn't slept that whole time. So I was kind of like 2 hours a night. I'd get a nap in during the day, 2 hours at night, and I'd just fall asleep. I even tried the dude's Ambien that was with me. Slept like 2 hours, fucking sat there. I'm like, fuck.
You slept 2 hours on Ambien?
Yeah. And then just sat there like, it was the only time I got fucked up there because you can't get weed in China.
You got to go over to North Korea.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wow.
Well, if you're in Shanghai, you can get hash, I heard.
So this guy was just
allegedly.
sentenced to death to hang by the neck for getting caught with 2 pounds
Of hash?
weed in
Really?
Singapore.
Oh, I wonder
Yeah,
if it's
half
a-
gotta
ounce
be
or more.
hard.
Half ounce or more, life in prison or death.
First, oh my God.
I
Imagine
got a
that.
good buying hash story in Shanghai.
Let's
Yeah,
hear
let's
it.
hear the Shanghai hash.
So we just had a layover there. I had done it by myself the one time, and just had a layover by myself. Ended up going out, finding somebody and buying hash and smoking that, which is like crazy there because they have. It's funny. I seen something recently that was like early Chinese medicine had weed all in it. And they were so crazy about weed, dude. And somebody else verified this that
Really?
lived there for a while. They wouldn't even, the translator would not tell me the word for weed.
That's
Really?
interesting. But how interesting is that? Because Chinese medicine is so much herbs.
Exactly.
So why do they pick that one?
Because now and I even said to her, she goes, no, shh. And I go, what are you talking about? I want to smoke some fucking weed. I want some marijuana. And she goes, I said, what's the word for it? She goes, no. And I'm like, I said, do you think that doing synthetic drugs like coke or ecstasy is better? And yeah. Like, that's how they have them brainwashed over there.
Oh, wow.
Probably because they manufacture everything there, right? So they're like, no, the weed is fucking the demon. And you get in trouble so much with it.
But if they get caught with ecstasy, what happens?
I don't know. I guess not as bad as fucking weed.
Wow.
They literally acted like weed was fucking crazy
It's
and
the
that
devil.
it would be much better if I was like, do you have cocaine? The translator probably would have helped
Makes
me get
perfect sense.
cocaine.
Oh,
She's
yes,
like,
cocaine, good. Weed
yeah,
bad. No.
yeah, exactly. So I had another layover there another time, and I was with the whole group of people. So there's me, a street bike guy from Australia, a street bike guy from the United States who's basically like straight edge, and his wife, and then the promoter, and I think that was it. So we go out, and I tell the one dude, Sam from Australia, he won't give a fuck. He's wild. So they would pop into our room. Now you would figure China's strict, right? Bro, there's tunnels through every mountain. Huge tunnels.
Okay.
We're in a tunnel with construction, and there's also fireworks stations everywhere. So he buys all these fireworks, like huge fucking fireworks, like a half a stick of fucking dynamite.
Okay.
At least a third. Not joking. And we're in this tunnel, and there's construction in the tunnel. He lights a fucking thing and throws it out into the tunnel. Boom! Nobody fucking comes to look at anything. No one ever checked on anything. Like, there aren't cops on the side of the road. They have cameras, and if there's an accident, guess what? Get yourself some fucking rice wine and chill out, because you're about to sit on the road for fucking 3 hours while the police and ambulance try to get there.
Oh, wow.
So
What about the
Sam,
people that were doing the construction? Weren't they fucking pissed off? They didn't say anything?
I don't know. I didn't see anything. So then Sam, at about 3 a.m. one night, he comes banging on our door, and we open the door, and he sprints to our window on the other side of the room and just throws one of them out. He was lighting it as he was running through the room. He throws it out into the median in the middle of the street, and he goes, boom! And it just blows probably dirt and like rocks and stuff off of the median. Every fucking alarm on the whole block goes off. Like, nobody ever shows up to check anything.
That's wild. You'd think they'd show up and
Yeah.
slap you in handcuffs and you'd be breaking
Yeah.
rocks for 30
Yeah.
years.
So then the promoter's like, hey, well, I heard you guys with the fucking things at 3 a.m. And Sam's like, how do you know it's us? He goes, I know it's fucking you guys.
They would
So-
never have anyone do anything like that.
So then we go to, we're in Shanghai. And I tell Sam, I go, bro, I said, you can't get weed. I said, but you can get hash. And he goes, what? And he goes, I've lived here for like 5 years. He's like, I didn't know that. And I was like, yeah. So then we go, this is actually a really probably a bad story to tell. But
But you're way too deep.
well, we're too deep now. We're fucking 5 minutes in. So we just start walking around and finding people, and he's like, he can speak whatever it is, Cantonese, or I think that's the one he could speak. So he'd go up to people and he'd talk to them, and then so these guys kept going, yeah, and they're like, wait here, whatever. I don't know if he got their number. He may have got their number. He lived in China, so for years. So he gets all that. We keep going and trying to meet these guys, and they never have the weed, right? So meanwhile, we're like dipping out of walking around the city with the promoter. So the promoter is like calling Sam, like, where are you guys? I know you guys are up to no good. Like, get back here. Don't do it. So then finally they go to sleep, and it's just us and the straight edge street bike guy from the United States. And finally, the two guys that we had talked to and kept trying to meet up with show up, and they both see us. And then you've got a main road, and then there's an alleyway in between two hotels, and there's like the bars right there. So we're sitting on the side of this alleyway at a bar, and there's a bar right across this walkway on the other side. And they're in the alleyway, road, arguing with each other over who gets the referral fee from us. So everybody in the whole place is like staring at us. The other American street bike guy he was about to pass the fuck out. He thought for sure he was going to Chinese jail. So he just hopped up and ran around the corner. So we're still sitting there. The main guy shows up and basically tells the both of them to fuck off and get out of there. And then he sits down with us, has a drink with us, and then we just walk around the corner, found the other guy, go to another bar, and just start emptying cigarettes out and packing them full of the hash and just smoking them there at the. It was like an outside area.
So that was my question. That's how you smoke the hash?
Yeah, because we didn't have rolling papers. You couldn't find rolling papers, so we just emptied out cigarettes.
Because I definitely had gotten hash somewhere on vacation, and I remember couple times. And I know my dilemma. I remember my wife getting so mad at me because I burnt the knives that whatever we had in the,
trying to do hot knives.
Yeah, that's how I was doing it.
Hot knife hits. I know about it. You're
I
supposed to do
never
two
tried
of them, and you go and push them
like
together
making your
on the
own
hash.
With,
No, it'll just smoke.
Wow.
You put them together and it goes shh, and you go.
And then you start questioning your choices. You're like,
Yeah.
what am I doing right now?
Or
yeah.
Have you ever done the pyramid? You make
Yeah.
a little teeny pyramid, like incense, and then light it on
Exactly.
fire, and then put a cup over
Put a
top
cup.
of it.
Wow.
Cup hits, and then you're just like.
Yeah, that's the only way I've ever got. Every time I've gotten it, like on vacation,
Necessity is the mother of invention.
So I did do that one time. I fashioned something like that, but this time we were just already out drinking and stuff.
hash cigarettes.
So we were like, fuck it.
Did you
So-
put it
why
in with
not?
the tobacco or like?
No,
Oh shit!
we should have probably, but it was just straight. It wasn't. It was weird. It wasn't like.
Yeah, because I mean, the hash that I get, I couldn't imagine like
No,
putting that
it
into a
wasn't
cigarette.
like that. It was like powder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because usually
So,
like pretty.
It was
dense.
weird. It was probably synthetic. So then he gave us a fucking
much
business
safer that
card.
way.
It was what they call
He gives
spice?
us probably. He gives. It was better than nothing. We'd been there for a while. He gave us a business card that just had all these marijuana leaves on it. He's like, if you're ever back here, fucking call
You're
me.
in Shanghai.
You found the guy that nobody knew about.
Yeah, I don't know where that card is. That was probably fucking 15 years ago.
We should call
now.
him right now.
That would be awesome. That was probably 15 years ago. So we're over statute of limitations, guys. Sorry.
You got foreign sketch stories?
Oh yeah,
I got more than that.
But yeah.
Oh, there's more where that came from.
Oh yeah, I've got. Yeah, I've done some crazy shit in Amsterdam, but that's for another.
Hamsterland.
Hamsterland.
That's for another episode.
I got
But, yeah.
I got a bag of weed in Cancun. It was in a Wonder Bread bag. And then after all this searching, right, and I finally opened it up, and I've been dying to smoke, and it stinks like ammonia.
Oh.
Like, that's what you want when you open up a nice new bag. You put your nose up to it, and you don't want
Burnt.
citrus or piney or whatever. Yet, just ammonia. And I was like, this is so disgusting. I dumped it right in the toilet. The whole toilet turned brown. I was like, there's no way anyone smoked. I flushed that shit. It was disgusting.
Did you ever find any on that trip?
Yes. Yeah.
The
It was
ol-
a happy ending.
Good. The only places I've not been able to get weed
Mm-hmm.
is Oman, Abu Dhabi,
Mm-hmm.
and China. Well, actual
You've been
weed in
around,
China. Yeah,
Oh, he's been everywhere.
Yeah.
you can find weed everywhere.
Abu Dhabi, you can't get shit, right? You can't even go like speed limits and.
Bro,
and
so
I had
Is
a
it
couple
dry
friends
too?
that
They
went.
have alcohol?
they do, but
Just for
it's
tourists,
in
or?
exactly
Okay.
in hotels and stuff. So everybody shows up there. But when we were there, they were talking about some DJ that got caught trying to smuggle weed in and is there for like fucking 15 years or some shit like that for trying to smuggle in like a
Crazy.
fucking eighth or something.
Crazy.
Caught with a
like-
vape pen, life in prison.
That's actually back because weed was a lot harder to get. I used to bring weed with me to pretty much anywhere I go.
Yeah.
Except if I never been to countries like that, I would respect those laws. But yeah, like when I did some work in Dominican
I
Republic.
respect internationally getting locked up is what I respect.
But like no, I did work in the Dominican. You asked me about like sketchy drug or weed stories from other places. In DR, I did some work there to help my friend open up like a bar nightclub thing. So
I remember the
yeah,
DR.
you know about
Yeah.
this stuff. So the first time we went, the weed was horrible. Like I couldn't imagine. I mean, it wasn't as bad as I know what you're talking about. This was, you could smoke it, but it was not like I know that exactly what you're saying. It was just not good. And back then we had pretty good bud for what was around. So yeah, we would fill up shampoo containers with ounces before we go, and just bring a lot of fucking weed with us there. And so we always had great weed, and then we'd leave it wherever we were staying. So if we came back, we'd have more. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming it's probably easy to get good bud everywhere in the world now, right?
I mean, you would think so. It's been either decriminalized or legalized in a lot of places,
In
right?
so many places.
It
that
depends on who you know.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, you got to find the right people.
I mean, I was talking to a guy in the cannabis business.
It's getting better.
2 days ago, and asking him, I was like, what is this industry like? Because I remember, it blew up really fast when it first started. I'm like, what is this industry like now? How do you possibly make money? And he was saying that it's just all about like quality. If you have like really good quality, which I've always cared about my bud, like make sure it's nice and
For sure, you have to.
But he was saying that's like the only way to do it right now, and it makes sense, right? Because it's just so flooded. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's like, I don't know. I see these packaging and all this stuff, and I don't like it.
Oh, I mean, I think it goes to any
I'm
business.
happy it's legal. I'm happy people aren't going in jail for it. I'm not into like the commercialization, I guess, of it.
Of course not. Of course not. But I mean, quality is going to be important, but that's just like any business. You have a high quality product, you take pride in what you do, and you stick it out long enough, and I think eventually you'll be successful.
Yeah, right. That's true. I guess like when Prohibition ended, right? I'm sure there was all types of
Bathtub
shit.
gin.
Yeah, all
Make
kinds
you go
of shit,
blind.
right? And then
For sure.
then the brands came along. That's probably what's gonna happen. I just hope it doesn't get too corporate, man. I know I've said this like a broken record on the show, but I think the real winning of this is if we can grow ourselves. And I don't think did we already talk about this last time you were here?
No, but what happened with alcohol when it became legal? It became a lot less fun.
Yeah,
'Cause all
I
of
mean,
a sudden
listen,
it
I'm in my
was,
40s now,
80
so
proof
I'm thinking
instead of 190.
No, I mean, that
And it's
makes
not
sense.
dangerous and all that
But for me, a big part of not enjoying cannabis as much, I would get paranoid. I'm fucking up. I don't want to get popped and
100,
arrested
yeah.
for just enjoying my life and ingesting a fucking plant. I mean, are you serious?
A plant. I mean, come on.
It just grows like that. You know what I mean? And now that it's legal, I don't have that anxiety. I don't have that paranoia part that I used to have before.
It's definitely better, 100%.
Yeah, I'm out on my porch smoking a joint all the time now. My neighbor's a state trooper. I mean, I got other cops that live around me. I have no worries.
It's funny how
in private.
You have no worries at all, huh?
No.
It's funny. I mean, I'm not really smoking right now, but it's funny how when I'm with people that smoke, some people, they still get that feeling where I notice younger kids or whatever, that this is the only thing they know. They don't get it at all.
But I acted like as if it was just normal a long time ago. That's how I was taught when I was 21. Shout out Kineo. And
I know what you mean.
So, but I mean, I agree. I actually have a joke written down that smoking weed when I was young didn't help your anxiety because you got 10 years to life. It's like if anything gave you anxiety.
It did, for sure.
Oh, fuck,
absolutely.
Yeah.
How you gonna enjoy yourself thinking like, oh shit, is
Yeah.
that a cop? Like
Yeah.
you see some headlights behind you, you're like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
exactly.
they're here.
No, and I know some people that's lives got fucked up
Of
from weed.
course, absolutely.
You gotta think about it like that too.
Extremely
it's like,
unjust. It's ridiculous.
So I mean, it's such a great thing that's happening. It's really awesome to see. It's also a little sad to me to see like just I don't know, like all these like knockoff candies, and they're all bullshit. Like I like the good brands. There's some really good brands of edibles out there that like you're saying, are staking a brand. I'm sure they're getting knocked off, but whatever. It's just a part of life, right? It's part
You
of
mean
life
like Liberty Farms natural gummies?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean, like that?
Well, that's that good shit. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
This is better than what you're
Because
talking
that's
about.
That's small batch.
craft
Yeah.
stuff that you like. Yeah,
I take a lot of pride in those. For
Small batch craft gummies, full spectrum.
Full spectrum, baby. Knock
I'm
your
actually
socks
waiting
off.
for my socks to come off.
They will instantly, and that's how you know it.
They'll come right
it's
off.
working. Yeah.
Once my socks are no longer, I'll be like,
Yeah.
my feet are cold as fuck.
You'll
Yeah.
love
What's
those.
going on? Oh, I remember now.
Oh, that's what happened. My socks came off.
But dude, I mean, we were talking about this before the show. and it's almost impossible for me to gauge the strength of them, right? We're talking about, oh, how many milligrams is in that, and it becomes this fixation that people have, like, yo, it's 250, or I just ate 400 milligrams, or whatever it is. But I've noticed, and nobody can tell me otherwise, there is a huge difference, night and day, between what is supposedly 25 milligrams of this full spectrum gummy versus 25 milligrams of something you get at a dispensary or a commercial packaging, because it's the isolate, like powder.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's explain the isolate. So it's just THC.
Yeah, it's basically just.
So they just sprinkle like those. Have you ever had those?
It's flavorless.
Gummy ropes.
Exactly.
The nerds ropes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean.
You could make those like this too.
That says 400 milligrams, and I could eat a whole one of those and run the fucking comedy show.
It's bullshit.
Yeah. 400, right? I don't think so.
Exactly. That's how I'm like.
What is But we were also talking about the fact that, well, maybe it is 400 milligrams of just that THC isolate, but people underestimate the effects of the other components of the flower, right? Of the CBN or the CBG or the terpenes, or you're getting so much more from the whole plant than just THC, and so it makes a bigger impact on your feeling, your high, your buzz, your medicinal effects.
I think there's something to that.
Well, that's even
the
Kush creams as well, which has THC in it as well.
It does,
and I've had other kind of creams that have CBD and THC, and I think they work better. And why wouldn't they?
Agreed. Yeah.
But also, you don't get fucking high from rubbing it on your knee. Like, why is it not allowed to be in a fucking knee cream?
Dude, I've been using Megan's cream.
It makes zero sense.
Incredible. I put it on strangers.
It's amazing.
I know, dude. I'll notice someone, maybe he's got like a limp, and I just like helping people.
Just start
rubbing it
Kush
right
creams
on.
right in the legs.
Absolutely.
Well, I need some.
Yeah, I need Anthony to help me with all my social anxieties. I'll be rubbing Kush creams on strangers.
You'll be so mellow.
No, but I mean, people coming to the salon or whatever it is, I'll give them a little bit, or
limp?
Yeah, or someone will be complaining about, oh, this is bothering me or whatever it is. I mean, I can't say highly enough for all that stuff, man. My dad bathes in it. I mean, he's got all kinds of aches and pains.
No, but it really isn't. Like, my shoulder was killing me. I was like, let me try this, and I can't believe how.
Dude,
I need a sponsorship.
It works better than anything else you can use, and very quickly.
Do you have some?
Have you looked? Yeah. Have you looked at? I mean, I'm just joking, but have you looked at the health thing on your phone?
The health thing?
Yeah, when
Health?
it tracks your
Health?
tracks your health.
How
does it track
like
your
an
health?
app from?
Like no, it's just Apple. It comes on your phone. You can't get rid of it if you wanted to.
The
Oh, really?
verifiable Vax IDs and all that
I
shit?
had no
No.
idea. Probably.
With
Just
the new
steps
iOS
and
update,
stuff like that.
iOS 15, is that what you're talking
Probably
about?
gonna
No.
be in there.
Okay,
Sorry
it is,
to
yeah.
pop all over each other.
Is it?
No, we're all Italian, all from New Jersey. That's how we operate.
Anyway,
So
Whoever is the loudest is the most correct.
is it? Is it?
I got one of those Aura rings. I wear
that?
That's
Bullshit.
yeah. It's I don't know.
Oh, like a
Stealing
health
his
tracker.
data.
It's definitely it's
yeah.
What do you mean? That's what-
It's stealing your Loosh.
so against,
That's what
but I
this
got
is.
it. I mean, yeah, I think it's similar, but it's really helps me with my sleep patterns and shit.
Okay, I just wanted to bring this up.
But it's similar.
It says walking asymmetry. In a healthy walking pattern, the timing of the steps you take with each foot are very similar. Walking asymmetric, whatever,
Wait,
is the percentage of time that your steps with one foot are faster or slower than the other. This means the lower percentage of asymmetry, the healthier. Oh, the lower percentage, the healthier the walking pattern. Oh, I'm 1.1. I thought I only walked correctly 1% of the time today. I was like, I'm fucked. I'm gonna
That's
die
just your variable, right?
by what it says. Yeah, I guess so.
So that's really good.
Oh yeah, it says. Is that what it said? The lower. I thought
Yeah,
I
so
was
the
gonna
closer to
fucking
zero,
die.
The better.
I never opened that up. The health app.
The lower percentage, the healthier your walking pattern.
So if you're up at 100,
then you're fucking Quasimodo.
what would 100 even look like? Strolling down the street.
You're probably got a walker. You're just like, ugh.
It's as
Ugh.
opposite. Your steps are as opposite as they can be, I guess.
Well, they're just not smooth.
Yeah.
I don't know where my health
But
is.
what is tracking that? What? Just you,
Yeah.
the app.
Just
on your
it being
phone?
in my pocket. The what's it called? You know, like when you go like this to this and it comes on. It's that, whatever that is called. I don't remember what it's called. Velocimeter,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
bullshit like
I
that.
know what you're saying.
Velocimeter Raptor.
Well, I was waiting for that to come in.
This is crazy, man. This little thing you keep in your pocket is telling you if you're healthy or not.
Yeah.
This
It's
little-
like,
Don't-
guess what?
Don't listen to your body, folks.
It's like, guess what? You're
That's what's
infertile.
coming, dude. That's what's coming.
The
Right.
phone's like, guess what?
Your
You're
body's
infertile
deceiving
because
you.
I've been next to your nuts for the
Yeah.
last 20 years. Sorry.
Yeah, right. I mean, it is so.
Your body's deceiving you, folks. Don't listen.
It's funny. We're all conspiracy theorists, and we all carry these things around.
Yeah.
I mean, these things see you jerking off if you use your phone to jerk off. I
That's
mean,
hot.
It fucking
So hot right now.
it's listening to every single thing possible. Probably putting it to a
I'll
to
probably
some kind of server.
I'll
right?
probably come faster now that I know my phone's watching.
Your FBI agent is watching. Do you think he enjoys it?
That's a good one. I should write that down.
I don't think I don't know if there's FBI agents, but I think there's some kind of AI scanning all this shit, and I think they really are
Or just storing it somewhere?
100% storing data on every single human being, and then
I'm fucked when social credit scores come out. So
social credit score. But I think it's like we talk about this a lot here.
That is unacceptable to me.
Social credit.
what?
Social credit.
Yeah,
scores.
me too, 'cause I'm fucked.
Absolutely not.
I've spoken out
No,
against
that's
the man too
completely-
many
yeah,
times.
Yeah, no. That
I
ain't
would
happening
hope
on
everyone
my
would
watch.
stand. Yeah, I would hope everyone
Not
would
on
stand
my
up
watch.
for that. Or maybe it's gonna come.
They
I'd
did
rather-
really good with vaccines so far. Everybody's really stood their ground.
I don't know. Do you have one?
No,
Yeah, me neither.
we got a room
don't you-
full
why
of
don't you
fucking
ask
free
me?
range.
Do you?
humans.
Ask me. It's none of your business.
Yeah.
We got a room full of free range humans.
No, you're right.
That's what I tell people. I don't ask.
Pure
for
bloods.
What?
No,
We're
no.
gonna
it is-
have
it-
to
don't
inseminate
ask,
all the
don't tell.
women.
The value of your sperm in 10 years is going to be
As
astronomical.
long as I can keep from getting herpes, right?
Yeah. That's
I
what
guess
it's
you
all
don't
about.
you don't give that by blood, so that's fine.
We should be good then.
Yeah, I mean.
No, it's none of my
What
business.
about? Do you guys?
So-
I don't want to talk about vax and shit, but do you guys think about the shedding is real?
What?
To be honest with you,
The
I don't.
shedding. People think the shedding is real.
I don't
Maybe
even-
it. Maybe it
What
is.
are you
Maybe
talking
it,
about?
maybe it's not. There's just
Hold on. Let's just tell Clint what shedding is.
there's just so much
When you get sick?
misinformation out right. No, supposedly people that get the jab,
They're shedding.
yeah, like the spike proteins, like they come out of their orifices.
So they're getting us anyway.
Yeah,
Those
supposedly.
fucking
but
cocksuckers.
Yeah, I wonder how the shed would work.
Hey, you know what I noticed?
keeps the rain off your tools.
It's so corny, but I like it.
Yeah,
Dad
that is
jokes for
good.
days.
I'm gonna have to listen back to this, to all these jokes that we fucking wrote that I don't
You're gonna come
remember
here.
now.
You're gonna be like, "Why is Clint saying all my jokes?"
So I looked up the Gates Foundation deal in India,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
right? And it's like the government and or the all the people and everything are suing him over that deal, or at least
Is
the
this with the
foundation.
polio vaccine?
Yeah, no, it's a HPV
Ah, okay.
vaccine.
Yeah.
Well, and then I'm like, so that's what they did in whatever 2011. Then they got sued in 2014. Blah blah blah, and now they release all these with impunity. And I'm like, what a fucking genius. He circled back and he made sure that it was written into the
gotta.
bylaws
You
that
gotta.
can't even be touched.
No, you have to.
Learn from that fiasco over there. So to go through all of that, right, to have all that happen, go through lawsuit, blah, 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 then come back and do it with impunity. And everybody's like, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's fucking go along with it.
Dude, you know,
I don't know if everyone thinks it's a good idea.
I mean, whatever. A lot of people do.
A lot, probably a lot, but I think
A
what do
fair
you-
amount.
How do you think, Ant? Do you think more people? Do you think they're lying?
I
About how
think
many
you
people
have to go
it
by regions, though.
the percentage of people who
that
are
actually got it.
vaccinated, I definitely think they're lying. They lie about it.
Me too, because why would they be?
Yeah, 70%
Dude, so you know how we talk
or whatever
about,
they
we
said.
talk about this all the time. Like the Krispy Kreme was one of the first things we talked about. The
Yeah.
$100.
Yeah.
Did you see the newest one?
No.
The porn stars will bang you.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Or
Like you get like
Lady of your
$100.
choice.
Yeah, you get like $100 credit, or you get some kind of sexual thing from.
I think it was a
someone in Las
prostitute or
Vegas.
something.
Yeah, something like
wasn't
that.
it?
well, at least they're still trying to use some carrots instead of just all
But
stick.
come on, dude! If everyone's getting this thing, they're going that far.
Right, exactly. Why are you still exactly if 70% has it? Why is there a commercial at work on the radio that's like,
What about Big Bird?
We'll come right to your house and give you $100 for every first vaccine.
Should just get some synthetic arms.
Bro. I guess that's not a bad idea.
Do you know that? I don't know if it's true. I gotta
Just
look
go.
into it a little more, but it's so wacky, and being that it's 2021, like totally is plausible. But apparently, this woman in the UK, she's the first person ever to be diagnosed with climate change.
No, come on. This is not real.
I told you I had to look into it a little more, but I saw the headline today.
I mean, I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
She was diagnosed with climate change.
I'm trying so hard
So
to
what's
be
the
like
prescription?
love and light, man. I really am, but it's getting
Oh, it came up.
It's getting-
Maybe it heard you.
ridiculous.
What, you see it?
Hold on. Plug that plug in right there for the TV.
Hold on.
Please.
Is that the TV?
Yep.
Oh, all right.
So
Been
that
a while since we.
yeah, that this fucking world, man. This world's getting crazy.
It's wild.
I mean, it's been crazy for a little bit.
It's been
and
about 2 years.
oof.
Did you see that episode of Rogan with Theo Vaughn?
No.
Or at least some of it?
No.
Dude, they were talking about, or Joe Rogan was saying how he thinks they like switch timelines or switch dimensions like within the last 2 years.
He's starting to talk like that?
Well, yeah, he said, you know what he thinks it's like? It's like when you would listen to the radio in your car and, you know, let's say you're driving from North Jersey down to like down the shore, driving to Philadelphia, and you get in between those radio stations. And he was saying that's what he felt like it was like right now.
Wow, that's so weird you're saying this right now. And I did not
Yeah.
see that, but I'm not prepared. But I'll just quickly. So lately, man, I do think this fucking computer is fucking with me. Like, it will suggest things that I'm like, the suggestions are pretty good without me even like, whatever. Anyway, the most recent thing I've been going down that I can't believe I never heard of, and I wish I could say this guy's name right. Some time traveler from 2001. Did you hear about this? He was
I've heard of a couple different ones. But
he was
I don't know.
he was a time traveler, and he would post on message boards about about why he's here, and it's all about merging timelines and all this shit. And you got to look into it more. I want to get somebody on that knows a lot about it. But I've been fucking in my mind thinking about. I've said something's different since 2012. You know, with the whole Mandela effect, CERN.
12/21/12.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
That was that date for the end of the Mayan calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think something around that around that time is when things they were definitely different, or maybe that's around when CERN was started, firing that thing up.
Looking for the Higgs boson.
What's that?
That's what they were looking for. What they called the God particle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah.
gave
Yeah.
everything
Yes.
mass. Yeah.
Yes. And then possibly they could open up a black hole, and even if it's a
Portal
pinhole.
to hell.
Yeah.
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 Who knows?
So they could have done that. And maybe that time traveler thing, like that guy was talking about, and then he was saying how when you change things, timelines change. And then,
Sure.
like, my kids were watching Avengers today, and, everything's always in plain sight. Like, they were doing that, where they took this thing where they go back and they change the time. You remember that from the Avengers?
I didn't see it.
Okay. But this whole thing where, and it's changing the timelines and all this stuff. And it's like, it's weird. It's so weird. I had no idea Rogan brought that, but that's been in my mind a lot lately.
Yeah, and Theo said he feels like people are just disappearing because he was just saying, I don't know, I necessarily agree, but I thought it was very interesting. He was saying, like, where are all these people that were working at the restaurants,
I say it every day. I
all
say
these
it
different
fucking
places.
every day, dude. I say it when we can't get workers. I'm
Because
like,
but
where
there's
is
people
everyone?
There's people everywhere still.
That's what I'm saying. How is anybody surviving?
I don't know.
If they're not working. You're in the hair business.
Uh-huh.
I'm in the food business, and there is no workers. They don't want to come out to work. But how is it? People say, "Oh, unemployment." All that shit ended.
It did end.
And where we are in New Jersey is very expensive to live.
Yes, it is.
It's
for
like
sure.
ridiculous what you get for what
Yeah.
how expensive it is. It's like it's criminal. Honestly, it's criminal how much it costs to live around here, and no one's working. No, and the handouts.
People
Where I
gotta
was
have
told
money to pay for
stopped.
things.
What?
They got to have money to pay for things. Where's it coming
Exactly,
from?
and like
Yeah.
there are people at the store. I don't know.
But then
that's
I mean, you see what's happening on the West Coast, like with the ships anchored off the ports in LA. Like there's apparently 110 cargo ships now. It's the most ever, and they have major supply chain issues out there. But when you go to the stores around by us, yes, things are more expensive, but thank God. I mean, right now all the shelves are stocked. The ports. I have family members that work at the ports around here. They said there's no ships waiting to come in. They're busy, but things are flowing like normal.
Yeah, so what's that all about?
Well, I know California has crazy regulations now. So I don't know if this new one went into effect, but apparently all big trucks, have to be no older than 2011. So you're an independent truck driver, or whatever, out there in California. Man. Let's say you just spent $150,000.
Yeah, but mine's a 15, which is not that far away from being.
Well, no,
probably
like the big rigs, like the big haulers.
Yeah. But still, I mean,
it's a good gauge though to see how your car works.
Yeah,
exactly.
And and that's how wasteful.
I'm just getting it paid off.
Is that? You're talking about environment. How wasteful is that? You just take that fucking vehicle and just junk it somewhere.
Yep.
Nobody thinks like that. It's just really, this is like clown world.
All right, so here's the Canadian doctor diagnoses woman in British Columbia with climate change after breathing problems during summer of heat waves and wildfires. This is a real thing, people.
She doesn't have inflamed lungs, people. She has climate change. I got the climate change pop.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
Come on, man. We're just using buzzwords and putting them everywhere.
Words have no
this
meaning.
Fucking girl should be fired from being a fucking doctor. They should be like, you're no longer a doctor, you fucking idiot. What did she prescribe her? This is what I want to know. Fentanyl? Like, what did she give the fucking lady?
Imagine you say all this shit and like next year we're in lockdown because climate change.
Well,
Dr. Merritt,
everyone's getting diagnosed with climate change.
Dr. Merritt found the 70-year-old's existing conditions had worsened after examining her at the end of the summer period. The fucking bitch is 70. What are you talking?
She's been breathing in smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it looked like outside her house.
She should be diagnosed with the assholes that lit the fires out there.
This is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, the words have no meaning.
It's crazy.
It's
just
like the boy who cried wolf, right?
It's buzzwords. It's headlines. Yeah. It's like, we were talking about
She has diabetes. Yeah. She has some heart failure. She lives in a trailer with no air conditioning.
It was the climate change that got her.
All of her health problems have worsened, and she's really struggling to stay hydrated.
It's fucking.
we have arrived.
You know what? It's funny, but it's not funny as it is. It's not funny at all.
It's ridiculous.
Because this is a real fucking thing.
Yeah, but nothing surprises me, so.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
It's gross.
It's just. I don't know that. So I got.
Sorry to hijack. You're talking about the football thing.
No, that's fine. I was just saying about the ADD with the red zone. I don't know if we were recording or not, but we were talking about the ADD, like the red zone network, and how it just
think so.
It reminds me of today's society. How just like how you need to like consume something, right?
Constant stimulation.
And I was saying I like it because there's no commercials or whatever, but it's like, dude, I don't want to sound like an old man, whatever, but people want shit way too quick these days.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, every way possible. Every way possible. Even like success, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even like being, whatever profession, whatever art you're into, whatever music you're into, whatever business you're into. Everyone just is like, they expect it right away. I hate to say it, but like this like entitlement and all this shit, it's just too much, man. It's like too fucking much. I don't know if you guys see it, but I see it everywhere in my life.
Oh my God,
lately.
if you don't see it, then you're willfully blind.
I see it bad everywhere I go. It's like, and I like I said, I'm very much a positive person.
Me too.
In the sense that I do think we're headed to somewhere awesome, but I say it all the time. It's the end of something is fucked up and
we're
wonky.
in the great transition.
And
there's gonna definitely have to be a transitional period here because we've definitely gone.
Yeah,
for sure. Because we went off our fucking rockers here with a lot of shit that's going on.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if it's over.
All these gender. I don't think so either. But I do at least feel positive that there are a lot of people waking up and being like, "This is kind of ridiculous."
There are so many people aware of it.
Yeah.
So many people talking about it. that I think so many people now are awake that we're past this threshold of where we needed to be to actually affect major lasting change. And
Well, because they got too greedy, right?
Yes.
Like just taking
Yes.
everybody's
Yes.
liberties like in such a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
They needed to drag it out a little longer.
It might scale back for a little bit,
well, they were supposed to have dragged it out for a lot longer over the
But it
last
might
4
scale
years,
back,
but their
and then-
plans got.
you know.
I think they have certain targets that they have to hit for whatever reasons. They have to hit those timetables, and they're in such hyperdrive now to catch up or make up for the lost time that it's so noticeable to everybody. That everybody's like, "Yo, it was like almost normal." Not a year ago, but even like 2 years ago, even before all the pandemic and COVID bullshit. But at least 10, 15 years ago, everybody knew what bathroom to use. You know what I mean? And you could make jokes on a sitcom, and then you didn't have to worry that the next day you were going to be all over every, media outlet, and you were going to be getting canceled and fighting for your life.
But again, what is, like I almost think, and it's hard to say this with someone like Louis C.K., but I think a lot of the cancelings are bullshit.
Yeah.
Unless
Absolutely.
you're at a certain level, like Chappelle's, like, he literally said,
Well-
if this is what being canceled is like, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean the snake. I feel like the snake eventually eats itself, right?
Yes.
So if you push it too far one
Like,
way,
is
it's gonna
Louis the
swing
worst
back.
canceling?
There's got to be worse.
Who else got canceled so hard that think about, he went from probably one of
Cosby.
the biggest comedians. No,
Yeah, I would
say
Yeah,
Cosby.
Cosby,
Cosby
for
probably
sure.
got
oh
really.
yeah,
I mean, but
Cosby.
people say that motherfucker's gonna end up in comedy clubs again.
You remember Al Franken?
But
Yeah, he got canceled. I mean, there's a lot of people
Cosby-
got canceled, man.
Rightfully so. I don't
right,
know what him,
but is Cosby's canceling the same as?
That's a criminal, right? Like a real criminal.
Yeah.
Like he should just.
Yeah, that's actually drugging people and raping them, not fucking
you're talking
politely asking somebody if you can masturbate, and they say yeah. Like, this is
Well,
a
you asked
totally
so
different
nicely.
fucking scenario.
Yeah, so-
I don't know, but maybe he made a joke and it was funny, I don't know. But you can't say yes and then later
got
go,
canceled. I mean, Roseanne got canceled.
Roseanne got canceled. There you go.
Roseanne.
Gina
There
you go.
Carano.
Roseanne
Gina
really got
Carano
canceled.
got canceled.
but Gina's doing movies right now, is she not?
I think she is involved in more projects, but she got canceled from The Mandalorian.
Hmm.
That was a huge.
Yeah.
That was.
But someone that got
Yeah.
real canceled, that's a perfect example, is Roseanne. Roseanne got fucking canceled.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's true.
And how crazy is that? That was the #1 fucking show.
And at the time,
that was
Okay.
the #1
Yeah.
show. That's so disrespectful to all the people in Middle America that were watching it.
Yeah.
That they
And then they
take
kept
it
it going
away
without her.
and keep it. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know. I met Roseanne when I was a young kid. I was actually an extra in one of her movies.
Were you?
Yeah, and she was one of the first comedians that really influenced me young,
I didn't like her for a very long
and
time.
I love her. I think she's fucking hilarious. I think she's just.
I was
such
a kid and
funny,
Have her at the dojo.
She sang the national anthem, and she sang it so terribly
Yeah.
and with such disgust, and,
And
she
lifted
was
her dress up.
and she was spitting and stuff, and I'm very proud to be an American, and that really, even as a little kid, that really got to me. But then people change, and she was very outspoken. She was very supportive of freedom and liberty and all that, and my opinion of her changed.
I think that was in poor taste because I remember that.
Mhm.
But it's like how much of it was
I think she was
her
fucked up.
probably that
I think
or
she has a
just
serious.
Yeah, but
She did
I
seem
still
kinda
respect her
fucked up.
right to do that.
Yeah.
but I
As much as
mean,
hate
how
it.
much was it her like
Could've just
in
been a
her head it
publicity
was
stunt.
going to go a different way?
Yeah, could have just been a publicity.
She's also a
stunt,
comedian,
who
and
knows?
it's just sometimes
Yeah.
jokes.
That's
don't
my
land.
point.
Sometimes
Yeah.
jokes don't.
That's
land.
my point.
Yeah.
And so maybe she goes, I'm going to do this, and then she goes out there and she's fucked up because she does kind of seem fucked up in it,
Oh yeah.
and then
Well, look,
just
Do you
blows
remember
it.
what she got canceled for recently? What did she
Yeah,
say?
so
said, what'd she say?
that woman, she said looks like she's from Planet of the Apes.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
And
let's-
in a non-racist way, the woman, it's hilarious. The woman looks exactly like the character she's saying. and she got fucking canceled.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do about black, white, anything. Like she was
And
just.
it's crazy too because
least, I don't know, that's what I
that
took
show
it.
seemed like it was such a threat maybe to the establishment because it was by far the #1 sitcom at that time.
Yeah, ratings were back.
Yeah, it was through the
like
roof.
for sitcoms,
and then
like 100%. That was a time when
they
no
were
one's
just-
watching TV.
They're gunning for her. She got a little out of line, according to them, and then you're done. And I can guarantee you, there's a ton of other people that just not coming to mind.
Oh, what that
got canceled.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a ton. I mean, there's a couple that I know that I don't even just want to bring up, but just because it's like an old. But yeah, there's tons of people have been canceled. I mean, then there's people that have almost got canceled, right? Where it just got a little rocky in their career for a little bit, and then it's just such a shitty way of just doing.
Oh, you know
things.
what got canceled? Adam Richmond.
I don't know him.
Do you remember Adam Richmond, the guy who did Man vs. Food? Remember he used to go to all those different...
No, you got the wrong guy.
Denny.
You're
What?
talking about Josh
You're talking
Denny.
about Josh Denny. I know him.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Adam Richmond.
Yeah, what did he get canceled for?
I think he told a woman that like anorexia worked or like...
Yeah, you're talking about Josh Denny.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Adam Richmond.
So two food,
Yeah, but he said all
two
the same shit.
big food.
Dude, I was a big fan of his. I loved that
This
show.
is the lady.
That's... No, that's... what's her name?
That's the lady.
That's
She
who got
said
in trouble
that.
for. That's
Oh, yeah.
She said she looks like the woman from the
She
Planet
was-
of the
No,
Apes.
she was... oh, man, what's her name?
And she's like something.
Valerie Jarrett.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now hold on. Who's this comedian he's talking about?
Adam Richmond.
All right,
I don't know this dude.
Yeah, he did a show called Man vs. Food, and he would go around to all different restaurants, and he would take their food challenges, whether
It's
it was
right
like
there, Richmond.
eating a huge sandwich or like super spicy.
Probably not the best bit for us to be doing. Just go looking for comedians that got canceled.
Yeah.
Put them on blast.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh yeah, he apologizes for something. I mean, are we putting him on blast? This is the fucking internet. It's not like we're.
Yeah, people know it's public.
It's not like
information.
we're in his text messages. Fucking
It's not
right
like
now.
we stole his diary and then
Inexcusable remarks on a Twitter and Instagram. We don't have sound.
I think
on
it had
here.
to do with a girl's weight. Apologize for saying some unsavory things to his critics. On social
Cancel culture is
media.
crazy, but just like with the First Amendment, I think you gotta hold yourself accountable. And then when somebody you don't like gets canceled, you gotta say, "Hey, that's not right to be canceled."
100%. It's even more important then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you truly don't like it, you know what I mean? It's that shit happened to me last year where you got fucked with.
Hey, listen to what this says first. Man vs. Food star apologized for Twitter rant. Richmond's rough comments started after he put his 70-pound weight loss on display for the latest issue of Cosmopolitan UK, then Instagrammed a picture of his new body with the hashtag Thinspiration.
How dare you?
The
So what is it,
hashtag
like fat
didn't
shaming?
go over so well with readers. The word can often be associated with anorexia, and commenters took to social media to let the Man vs. Food star know about it. He fired back with his own remarks, including one regrettable comment: "Grab a razor blade and draw a bath. I doubt anyone will miss you." This guy, is he a comedian? He should be if he's not.
No, yeah, he said he was.
He also commented on another user's Instagram post with the term, "Do I look like I give a fuck?" Meaning whatever. After she made a comment, who the fuck cares?
Well, look,
That's
if you
all he got fucking
if you
canceled for, that
lost
one
70
sentence?
pounds,
but that's the point.
you're really proud of what you did because you put in a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And then you want to, show people what you did. And he's literally trying to be an inspiration to other people. But also, yeah, you want some congratulations, and that's human nature. And then people just get offended by everything, man.
Well, because he told the girl to go kill herself.
Yeah. I mean,
No, he just.
that's
he just thought she
terrible.
was
nothing
stressed.
Bob Levy wouldn't
He thought
say.
she was stressed. She just needed a warm bath.
And see, then there's that whole crew that's uncancelable. See, I like that too. Then you got. That's funny. You said Levy, right? There's a group of people that we know, Clint, right? That just don't. You can't cancel them.
But
They don't
again,
give a-
they
why
just don't
did
care.
he?
they don't give a fuck. You
Why
can't
did
cancel them.
he apologize.
Who, Levy?
No.
like,
He's
what-
never
breaking
apologized.
This guy
Levy's
breaking-
never apologized.
Breaking news.
Why did that guy apologize? I mean, maybe
Probably for his job.
draw your bath and slit your wrist deal. Like, okay, maybe that one's a bit aggressive, but nothing else he said. I think if you put it in the context of hashtagging losing 70 pounds, hashtagging thinspiration, and having a mob come after you and say some fucking hateful shit, we don't know what that woman said to him.
Oh, they probably said some fucked up
Exactly.
shit.
So, fuck them. I wouldn't apologize.
Yeah, but that's just, those
Yeah,
are
like
I also don't
networks.
have a TV show.
Yeah, those
but,
are exactly.
you know.
Those are networks and shit, man, and they're just.
Did he put out
crazy town?
hashtag thinspiration, and she was just like, oh, I don't really like that, and he's like, kill yourself.
Yeah, probably
That
not.
escalated quickly.
Probably not.
Yeah, there's probably like a lot of back and forth, and then finally he snapped. And then maybe he probably apologized because he was told to apologize, his manager
Right,
or whoever
but-
higher up. And, I don't
I
know.
mean,
if
I
he's done
get
anything
it,
else.
but it's why I've never gone further in my career because I'm too close to be like, too ready to be like,
Clint, you're
what?
uncancelable.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
Would you
I don't
really
think
care?
you'd care, Clint.
Yeah, I don't think you'd care. You're like, I'm just going to.
If
Eat
I
a
had
half
a
a gram
show
of
that was
mushrooms and
paying
I'll
me
be
mad
good.
money, I'd probably care.
Yeah.
If I was
True.
making a good
So you'd
250
you'd
G's.
sell out,
See, but
Wait,
that's
hold
my
on.
point. I never have.
but you would if you could.
If I got, here's the thing.
Sign
If
this
I was
contract
the
right here,
type of
Clint.
person to get myself into that position, I'd probably be the type of person to sell out to keep it.
That's a
sell
good
out?
answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
I've made it
Yes, I
42
would.
years without fucking selling out so far.
I'm in
So
an attic. I'm in an attic on a Wednesday night.
exactly.
Okay, that's a very good answer. I like it. But yeah, our friends that are uncancelable. I think it's fucking awesome that you got to give that you don't give a fuck attitude.
Yeah.
More
know?
of that.
We need
need more of that.
Yeah, and another thing back on vaccines is like one thing I'm noticing, guys. I don't want to talk about vaccines, but I bring it back to vaccines. One thing I think is vaccines. One thing that I find very commendable from people that got the vax.
Yeah.
They're standing up against mandates and stuff too, saying fuck this.
Well,
This
it's
is
the same
ridiculous.
thing as the First Amendment of standing up for, someone who has an opposing opinion.
And I think we got to applaud those people. I think we really do. I have to say that it's not all because there are some psychopaths that are like like science is the religion now.
It's a religion for sure.
Fauci's the new pope,
The branch Covidians.
and yeah, he's like like there's no no one cares about the Catholic
The
Church anymore.
bitch
But it's like,
Yeah.
imagine the Roman Empire. We'd say it moved with Fauci as the head.
Yeah, man, I do. You do have to commend them. I mean, I disagree with their decisions, and then there's a lot of people who got the double juice that aren't going to go get the third juice, and
And I stand for those people. They're like, I'm done.
yeah.
I
But
played
to
your
be
game.
honest with you, those people have it the worst because one,
They
They
got
don't get the-
suckered in.
they got the whatever demon semen that's floating around in their bodies. Plus, they don't have the benefits that'll go with being fully vaccinated.
But why is there a third to be fully
Yeah, I mean, it was
vaccinated?
just
Because they're
fully-
constantly
Two was
go-
already.
they're
But that's my
always-
point. You're
Doesn't
never
matter
going to be
which one.
fucking fully vaccinated. So,
Never.
I mean,
Nope.
I think, like, I took what you were saying was, like, you better either be full steam ahead on the fucking vaccination train and, like, everyone that comes out, I'm lining up as soon as I can get it. Or you're the people that don't want to get it at all. Or I feel bad for the same people you're saying. Like, basically, those are the people that go, I'll just do it. I'll cave to get it over with. And then they found out, guess what?
Yeah, they were tricked.
Yeah.
And now the rug's pulled out from under them. The definition of vaccinated changes, and then they're gonna have to get the third and fourth, and then they can see the writing on the wall.
I think it's
They
a
know
cycle.
It's never gonna
It's-
change.
yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be the fifth. Every 6 months, you're gonna always have to do it. And now you've given responsibility of your immune system
to play devil's advocate, right?
Yeah,
If we're saying that it is so bad and all this stuff, how are they going to keep getting these shot, or are people just going to be getting so sick and just dropping?
I
They're going to keep going for that shot. You know what I mean? Like, which one's going to happen? I don't
Well,
think both can happen.
have
I don't
you-
think both
I
can
don't
happen.
think I don't think it's
I
going
don't think
to
both
affect
can happen.
every person in the same way, either.
What do you guys think about Astro World?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about it?
I don't
Do you think it
know.
has anything to do with the vaccine? You know, it was a whole vaccinated. It was a vaccinated venue.
But
Or
so
50,000 people had to be
Or
vaccinated.
proof of
Oh, yeah.
negative test.
I
yes.
thought it was a little odd in Texas that was the rule. Okay, so you had to show a test.
So did you? I'm sure you have dug deep into this.
Oh, I dove,
they were
baby.
playing
Yes.
beats or something
Really weird.
for hours.
yeah. Yeah.
Like really weird
Yeah.
demonic.
I heard the
low vibrational
yeah.
tones.
Yeah.
So does your body match if you're dealing with tones like that
No,
all
so,
the time?
well, I mean, we don't know 100% of everything that's in the vax, right? So one of the things that
Can you get acted with it?
we believe
It
is
could be.
in there,
It
a
could
lot
be.
of it is graphene
Yeah,
oxide.
it could be that graphene.
Right? And then I saw this one clip of it looked like a ball of graphene oxide inside
Oh, I saw
water,
that.
right?
Yeah.
It was reacting to those bass tones and whatnot, bop, 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 like all going all around. So many people just had cardiac arrest, like all of a sudden.
I mean, I'm seeing videos of it, and that's not an overdose, and that's not a smash.
no,
It's not
and it's
someone
not
getting,
8 people either.
and it's also not people getting crushed. A crushed death would look a
Yeah.
lot different than what I'm seeing. And I saw.
think there's both. I think there was a.
I'm
I
sure
think
some
there's a
people got
mix.
crushed. I'm saying the videos that I saw, it looked more like people were having some kind of seizure.
It was some.
It was
dark,
some kind
dark-
of weird. The videos I saw of the people that they were working on. I heard another disturbing thing is I heard they're pulling all these videos down from the internet.
Oh, of course.
They're taking them all down.
Well, so this is the thing that all these idiots clamored for, you know? We can't have disinformation out there. Well, then you get to a point where they can decide what is disinformation and what is not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we're just looking at footage of what happened, how is that disinformation?
No,
That is
yeah.
the
Did
information.
Did you see
You
that
need
their-
context to
their
it, bro.
emergency plan for the Astro World event staff?
They call them Smurfs, right?
Yeah. Refer to deceased or dead people over the airs as Smurfs. What do Smurfs have? Blue skin, black lips? What do those people have? Blue skin, black lips. It really makes you think, was there any sort of foreknowledge in
I don't
any of
know.
this?
I don't
you
know.
don't want to believe that
I
there
don't know.
was, but you're...
I think something is
If it
very
looks like
fishy
a
about
duck.
it. Something's very, very fishy about it. And I've been to so many music festivals in my life, it's not even funny. All types of sizes, from 50,000 to over 100,000.
Dude, they were begging for help.
And yeah, and I've never. I think there's something definitely to that frequency that was playing before.
No doubt.
Now, I'm just guessing. What the fuck do I know? If I think anything, I'm not sure if the rapper knows about it, because there's a lot.
Why doesn't he stop? Have you watched
Well,
the
okay,
videos?
so-
Listen,
that-
I'm not sure, but hold on.
that
But what I
aside-
gotta say, what I gotta say, just from my gut and from what I'm watching right away, is somebody was trying to test something out with some kind of weapon, frequency, something that wasn't right. Whatever's going on there, people weren't acting correctly. They were just acting different, and people were dropping a certain way. And there was something with that music and the whole backdrop and the portals and all that. Something to me, I think it was some kind of experiment was being.
What was it called?
Astro World.
I think
No,
it was some kind of,
Astrofest.
No, the
Graphene oxide.
I think it was some kind of
It takes a-
experiment.
it
Make
takes
sure
a
to look up
lot
on
of-
Google.
It takes a lot of... Yeah, go on Yandex. It takes a lot of people to affect a massive plan like that. All the people involved in the plan don't know the ultimate
Yeah.
goal. That's very compartmentalized.
Yes.
I 100% think that Travis knew. And even if he didn't know, look at the imagery. Look at the imagery of that whole place. The Hellmouth, like you're literally walking through his head, which looked like Medusa's head, which was very similar to that painting from like the 1400s.
Yeah, from the hell. But you know that you're not ever supposed to walk through a mouth. Like that's like you don't do that. Like that's considered bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well, I
not,
can see why.
Yeah, it's not. It's like they even said something on MGM used to have it with the lion, and like they took it out because people didn't want to go gamble there because it's in so many cultures you're not supposed to do that.
Well, it's like the Hellmouth.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it was. And they had
exactly.
that portal on stage, all of those eyes. Dude, Master P's out on stage before it starts and tells people not to die. Like, what? Why would you say that?
I mean, maybe because you see a crowd like that crazy, and that was just intuition. I
Drake
don't
comes
think,
out on stage. The stage was set up in an upside-down cross.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. And everyone who was there just said it felt so demonic.
Oh, I think something. I think something was going on there. They were either a ritual or they were just like I said. They were looking at something and watching something because I feel like that definitely. I know it happens.
Did you see what the conspiracy was? I don't know if you put in the difference in the dates, but apparently from the time the Church of Satan was founded by Anton LaVey
Yeah.
to the date of that show was like 666
Yes, I heard
months
that.
or
I heard that, and
and
it was
6 days and something crazy like that.
Yeah, a lot of numerology.
Yeah.
It's so weird how all
And you
that
know what's-
happens too.
what's weird, too,
So many
is
events.
There was apparently a Pearl Jam show in 2000,
Mhm.
right, where 8 people died.
Yeah.
And 50,000 people attended, and it was the same numbers this go.
Yeah.
50,000 people attended and 8 people died. But all of the videos that I saw of all the testimonials of all of the people who went there were saying, how do you go from hundreds of bodies or at least 100 people dead from what they said to now 8?
Oh, it's very interesting, man. But 50,000 is a lot of people to silence at that country concert. It's probably the same number, right? That
And I
happened in
think
Las Vegas.
if you accept a refund, that's like your settlement. You waive your right.
Oh
to sue.
yeah? Those tickets have all kinds of shit in the back of them. So who knows?
No, because he's giving refunds apparently. So if you accept it,
you were
you
probably
forfeit
signing
your
some
right
kind of
to
sue
sue.
or something.
yeah. But did you see a
Accept
shirt,
it.
dude? Did you see a shirt?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Who?
Did you see Travis Scott's shirt, Clint?
No.
He had this shirt on, and it was like these blue cartoon characters, and they were walking through a gate, and then as they went through the gate, they turned red and had horns.
Listen, I think there's definitely something to hip hop and you know, dark shit like they did with metal. It's definitely all in the hip hop now. I mean, there's no it's just there. It's been that way for the last 10 years. Maybe even more.
Well, we were talking last night a little about the satanic panic that
Yeah.
they had, right, in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
it's
with the heavy metal and the rockers, and then just like poo-pooing it, like, oh, they're just like overprotective parents, and oh, it's just imagery. Oh,
Well,
it
that's
just
what they
looks
did
cool.
that's what they
I
did
thought it
then.
looked cool back then.
Mhm.
I thought it was cool, but
yeah, but here's the thing, man. I thought it was really cool.
yeah,
And by doing those things and by drawing pentagrams is because, you know, when I used to draw pentagrams and stuff, I didn't even really believe in anything. So it was just really just to fuck with. I knew it got people mad. So let me draw that. Let me draw that symbol. Let me, you know, because you're rebellious. But what
Sure.
I think happens is I think you give that energy and you start playing with dark shit that you don't even realize you're supposed to be doing. And
The
you're
greatest
giving
trick
it
the
those
devil played
symbols and
was
those stuff. You're
convincing everyone he didn't exist.
yeah. I
right?
mean, you start playing with things that are dark and you start messing with things that you don't know how to fucking put, you know, what the
not good.
yes, and I think there's levels, like you said, compartmentalized. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
compartmentalized on how it's supposed to spread. It's going to spread to just kids that are fucking around, but eventually, you know, you're still doing those rituals. To some people that take it more serious.
Well, and how they seed these kids, right? There's McDonald's had a partnership with Travis Scott. They had a Travis Scott meal instead of a Happy Meal. They're giving away Travis Scott figurines in these Happy Meals. So then these little kids, they think, oh, Travis Scott, you know, like he's my buddy. I got him at McDonald's or whatever it is. So then they hear his song or they look up his videos, and then, you know, they start getting drawn into that dark imagery. They don't realize what's
And
happening.
that Lil Nas X was made for little kids.
Yes.
That's a rapper. Like, it's not a rapper that
He was
high
going
school
around to
kids.
like middle schools.
Yeah, he was meant for little kids.
Yeah. Take my horse. And every
You know?
every little kid was singing it.
He was meant for little kids.
Then all of a sudden
and-
he's giving a lap dance to Satan and
Yeah.
getting fucked in the ass by a
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
one
a
thing I do have
demon.
to say is at least the Satan, and once again, I'm not a boomer, but it sounds like an old back in our day. But honestly,
Here's the
We're
website.
starting to sound like it. Yeah,
I
look
know,
at
I
this.
know, I am. I really am. But back then, at least the fucking Slayer, all those bands, Ozzy, King Diamond, all those people, at least it looked cool. You know, that fucking.
But you also knew what you were getting into,
I mean, that's kind of
right? And where does he have "See You on the Other Side" on here?
Yeah, on the right.
Yeah, there you go.
Open your eyes to a whole new universe.
And then look at the O in Astro World. That is weird.
Yeah,
Very
that's-
weird.
And here's
I think it's a lot about
thing.
portals. Like he's trying to
Yeah,
show
that's
you
what
he's
he had
opening.
on his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to open some kind of portal, open something. Man.
Absolutely. And then look at this. What are these? Just people traveling through the portal?
Yeah, 100%, or souls or something.
And then that's like that character from Pan's Labyrinth,
Mhm.
right? Like that disgusting thing that ate
Yeah,
children
that
with
puts its- yeah.
eyes. Oh God, thing's disturbing.
Yeah.
How come they never made light cool? How come they never made God cool, or like, you know, doing the right thing? And I know it even sounds corny, right? Me saying that, but the fact that I even think it sounds corny just shows how effective all their shit
Yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's
Now I
wild
think that's where
when you think about
psychedelics
it.
come into play, and I think that's where psychedelics
Bingo.
started bringing that and that cool thing and the whole hippie, and people were in day glow and they're dancing and spinning and loving and
Yes.
all that. But then what happened? It got hijacked as well.
Yeah,
and
because
turned
the-
demonic
The,
with Charles
the
Manson
powers
and all
that
kinds
be
of
didn't
things.
want it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course not. So I do think there's a rise in that again, though. I think
It
people
is.
are going towards the light and all that, and they're going to probably try
No
to.
doubt.
They're, whoever's in charge of this realm or whatever this thing is, they're going to try to put a kibosh on all this as well. It's interesting that they're allowing psychedelics to open up this much. because you're gonna get a lot of flower children from this, and a lot of people realizing who they are and all that kind of stuff. But so I think that's gonna maybe just like the internet, that would get away from them and they won't realize what they're doing, or maybe somebody does know what they're doing and that's the whole plan. This world is so strange. This whole thing is weird. This whole jumping timeline thing, man.
So I feel bad for those people who woke up after the jab. I really do feel bad for them.
Well, I think all you can ever do is just have compassion for everyone, man.
Yes, you have to. It's hard. It's very, very hard a lot of times.
Even the people that got it, I've had this conversation with Mike. We're just trying to do what they thought was best.
For sure. Yeah, they were manipulated.
I mean, you guys remember the lady at the dojo that
with the
that was so sad, and she was crying. She was upset because she had to do it for work, And some people got it.
Another conversation. Everybody has a choice.
Of course they do. But you know what, man? I'm happy I'm not in that position.
Me too.
Because I know how hard it is when you got to put food on the table for other people.
Well,
and
I saw the writing on the walls the last go round, and if it could happen then, I'm like, we gotta make a change. And so now we're a private membership, and nobody's shutting us.
You're talking about your business.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
because those mandates are going to come for small business too. They're not going to stop at big business.
No.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, but then again, are they pushing too far? They could be.
100%.
But they could be. It could be coming back. Like,
now.
Whoa. We're not.
Yeah,
because
stand up
when
that pendulum swings so hard left, unfortunately, it's going to swing violently right.
I think we need to get out and start protesting these things.
I'm not sure this is a right or left thing.
No, that's not. I don't mean right or
mean
left.
He just means
yeah,
there's going to be a reaction.
Yes. An opposite reaction.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. That's exactly all right.
Yeah. Very. When I say violently, I don't mean actual violence, but I'm just saying when they push so far, and there's so many good people out there. There's so many people who just want to do the right thing and think they are doing the right thing, and then once those people realize they were duped, it's over.
Well, I think the same thing's gonna happen with cancel culture, right? We were just talking about. I think people are. It's all the way up here where they're trying to cancel everyone, where it's not even really working anymore.
I was just gonna say it's fading.
Yeah, all these young kids that are watching how ridiculous this is, they're gonna be some of the best comics watched, Clint. We'll see like 10, 15 years from now. There's gonna be some ridiculous motherfuckers coming out.
There's just gonna be a window of shit comics.
Oh yeah, well it's happening right now. I mean, there's a lot of good ones that come through here, but there's a lot of fucking shit comics out there. There's a lot of shit.
I bet that was probably always.
Do you think they're just concerned of not offending people too much?
Yeah, see, I don't think that was a thing, though, Clint.
No,
I think not.
Well, I bet you back then, when people were getting arrested and stuff.
Well, yeah, you're talking when it was. I'm talking more. Well, yeah. You're right. There was a time for sure.
There was a time
for sure.
What do you mean? They're getting arrested for what?
Like Lenny Bruce used to get arrested for being vulgar all the time.
And when was this?
I don't know, 50s or something, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe even earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
But
I didn't know
terrible historian.
I think it's earlier than that, but yeah, he would get in trouble for...
Earlier than the 50s? It's crazy to me that people were doing this in the 50s. Honestly.
I think people were doing comedy forever, dude. I think we just call it...
Not that.
Yeah.
I think we just call it...
Humans have always been trying
like
to make
jesters.
other humans laugh.
Yeah, jesters.
For
sure. Laughter is such an important part of life that you're telling me if there wasn't some asshole that made everyone laugh in tribes and everything, there had to be, man. I mean, I don't know if they stood up behind a brick wall.
Yeah, exactly. Where they have a show and they're like,
and the promoters want to give them money because
this fucking guy's gonna review the week.
Well, what they call comedies in ancient Greece, right? They weren't comedies, right? They were like these deadly, murderous shows and whatnot.
Oh,
they were like very, very serious.
Sounds sweet.
Yeah, it doesn't sound awesome.
Really?
They used to.
Sounds like it's not a comedy, though.
No, not at all. Yeah, check it out.
Terrible sense of humor back then.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I wonder when it switched, or what does the word comedy actually mean?
Wait, hold on.
If that's
too much looking up. This is too much looking up. I was going to look
up. That's
true. Bruce real quick.
If that's true, then all the women that watch all those killer shows are into comedy.
Yeah. I don't like those, man.
Like
I hate
ID
that
channel
shit.
or whatever.
Far away from that.
I hate that shit.
You gotta be so careful what you expose yourself to. You really do.
I don't know. My ex never thought I was gonna kill her.
You watch him?
Out of all the stuff that
He
she
came out
thought,
in 47.
47.
So you're right.
That was a good year.
You're right. It was a good year.
That's crazy.
So probably the first 3 years he sucked. Dude knows what he did. So he probably was the 50s that he came out. You know, he was at open mics with Frank Sinatra and fucking Sammy Davis.
Yeah, Dean.
Totally making this up, guys. I
just
have no
bombed.
idea if this is real.
Yeah.
Sure, he
Just
wasn't at
bombed,
open
ripping on
mics with
people.
them. But
So was he sexually vulgar? Like before it was
I don't know.
acceptable?
I think
In
he
public
just
or-
swore and shit.
Yeah, he swore and stuff like that, and it was like,
You know,
You know.
40s, 50s.
That's
so
cool. I
they're
gotta
like,
look up some of
"Ooh."
his stuff.
I need to. I'm sure if you listen to his stuff now, though, it'd be like listening to Eminem's first album now.
what? That's amazing.
Remember when it came out, though? You were like, "Oh fuck! I can't believe he's saying
Oh, all the
this."
shit he's
Yeah,
saying, the
yeah,
shock
yeah.
value.
And
Yes,
now
yes,
you just
yes.
be like, "Oh, it's a good album."
It's like,
You know?
well, it's like it's
Just vibe.
it's actually like chill though, but that's just the progression of shit. It's like you watch
Yeah.
a porn from the 90s, and watch
Yeah.
fucking porn now. It's
Yeah.
like, what
Yeah.
the fuck happened here?
Well, there was
What
just
is
so much
going
hair,
on?
everything looked like anal
Well,
back
in the
then.
90s, they were shaving it.
The landing strip in the 90s?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
they're doing,
now
like,
it's all incest. Why is there so
no,
much
that's what I'm saying.
incest?
It went from fucking like you're like what you go what the fuck happened?
Why is everything
I don't
their
know. I stopped-
stepmom or sister,
I don't know. That's
stepsister?
part
or-
of what they injected into our culture, and I don't know why years ago it just became so acceptable that everyone, oh yeah, porn.
Why
porn,
can't it
porn.
just
Like,
be
it's
some
like, so
random-
normal. It's not normal.
It's not.
fucking
It's something I
normal.
took out of my life
You
years
know,
ago.
and you're getting this artificial dopamine hit every time you look at your device or whatever it is. It's not another person. It's not natural. And then you're lowering your testosterone as a man. And men with low testosterone are easy to push around, and they just go with the flow. And
I
that's
think,
how we have fucking gotten where we're at right now.
and I think that's a loose trap. Is though this porn,
Without
this
a doubt.
easy access porn is such a fucking loose trap.
On demand.
Oh,
Yeah.
When I was a kid, you had to be like.
I was about to say, I'm not gonna keep doing it. I was gonna do a whole thing on the videotape and the whole thing, and I was like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
be that guy. You gotta fast forward to the scene
You had
of
to
them
be-
talking for 15 minutes.
No, that's not the problem. One, you had to be like Indiana Jones to find the shit. Two, if you were lucky to find a VHS, you had to remember to rewind it to the exact spot that you found it.
Ninja style.
Yeah, that's a lot of planning.
Or you had like
Then put it back.
a magazine that was ripped up and taped back together with Scotch tape or something.
Well, so most of the porn that I ever
That you found
found
in the
was in
woods.
BMX trails.
Yeah.
When you dig a hole to build a jump, for some reason everybody
Why is it always
would,
in the woods?
why
I don't
would-
know.
why
I'm
would
like,
kids
who-
just find- there's like
I'm
just
like,
some,
who is?
some pedophile just
Yeah, so porn in the
prancing through the woods.
But they're like,
Porn
yeah,
can't
it's
be in
the
the woods
porn
anymore,
fairy. I don't know.
It can't be in the woods anymore.
I bet you BMX
why?
trails.
Because climate change.
climate change for sure.
No, because nobody buys
Well,
magazines. How are there even
Porn
porn
in the woods
magazines
is down
anymore?
85% due
And
to
kids
climate
It's got to be
change.
more than that.
and kids aren't in the woods anymore. You see a fucking
BMX
kid in the
kids
woods.
are.
No, you're right.
But it was like always at BMX jumps.
Yeah, but it probably wasn't their porn. It was the creepy kids that couldn't fucking ride bikes and
On the
shit.
old couch that's been outside
Yeah,
for
exactly.
12 years. Yeah.
Every town had one of those. Every town had one of those. And did you guys used to call them the kids that had long hair and stuff devil worshippers?
No, but
Did you guys do that?
every area had a legend about, there were rituals here. Or
Yeah, there's
whatever
devil
it was.
worshippers that used to come.
But
to
maybe
this
that was
couch
during that
during the
satanic
night.
panic,
Yeah,
like we were
during
talking
the
about, yeah.
nighttime.
Well, so there's some rocks up behind my house that are there's paint on them, and you could see where they
That's a
used to
spot.
burn stuff. You could see where there's like arrows and shit. There's weird stuff painted.
no,
on
no,
them.
it's just like actually, he's like, there's some blood. That runs
No,
down the side
there's
of it.
actually it's weird, and then underneath there's like a spot
scared when I
where
do that.
there was a fire pit, and there's like you could tell there was burning on the rock or whatever. So like they've been there for So somebody said
That's
there was
creepy.
rituals or something. We should go up
So-
and
is
check
it-
it.
No, I'm
check
good.
it. Why?
Yeah.
I don't like that kind of stuff.
No, I'm good.
I mean, I used to love to look at all.
Well,
this
that's
stuff,
just-
but I don't like to be around.
It's
that kind of
just
shit
it's
either.
right. It's not far
You have
out of the
Baphomet sit on your
backyard.
back one day. Tell me if you want to keep doing stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah, but if there's nothing there, just a painted rock.
yeah. I mean, if you
You
want
think the energy is still there?
Or is
Probably.
there? Yeah.
I found some creepy shit by my house.
We could walk to an old abandoned house foundation as well.
Yeah, that shit was behind my house too in the woods. Like when I was a kid, I got scared. I got all in my head this one time, and I thought that there was like a ghost attached to this old car that was in the woods by me. So I grabbed the steering wheel and I walked it down to the other side of the street, and I threw it in the woods down there, and
That
we were
detached
good
shit?
after that. We fixed it.
Why does it? I wondered. Like, I don't think it's a thing. I don't think there's like the couch in the woods. There's definitely not the Playboy, the Penthouse, the Hustler
Why
boxes
do you
everywhere.
say that?
I don't think it's
Some
still,
kids are
Pattern,
still
a weird pattern. You're
outside.
saying?
No, but I think you think the shit that when we were kids that every town, we're from 3 different towns that had those situations.
Porn in the woods.
Yeah, and then we
Dude, I got old magazines. I'm gonna start taking them and finding BMX trails and.
you're gonna pay it forward.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay. That's not a bad idea.
I'll
Clint.
go to.
You know,
I
that's a
need
very-
to
that's
get
a
rid
nice
of that
the
stuff.
throwback.
Yeah, I need to repay back to the
Show the
to
kids.
the whoever it was, whoever the fucking porn fairy. They used to come to all the trails and drop porn off.
If you love it, let it go. If it comes back to you,
yeah.
Now,
it's yours, Clint.
a big racket when we were kids. I don't know if you guys did this. Is jump in the dumpster after a Quick Check would rip the Quick Check or 7-Eleven would rip the
the covers off.
covers off at the
and
end of the
send
month.
the covers back,
and
and
throw
then
it
they
in.
would get reimbursed.
And then I had my one friend that he would always just let us throw them in the dumpster. You throw them in, and he just throw, and we would catch them out and bring. I guess we were importers sometimes of the woods ourselves, because we would do that. We would get those and bring them into the
Take
woods.
them to the woods.
What were you grabbing out?
Playboys.
Oh,
and we were-
oh,
we
oh.
were
But why
so
did
young.
people
I see.
take them
Okay.
to the woods? Like, who's jerking off
I mean, when
in
you're
the
8
woods?
years old, when
Did
you're
you ever
8,
jerk it
no.
off in the
you're
woods?
you're just looking.
No,
You're
we're
like,
8. We're like 8 or
"Whoa."
9, so we're just like
See
looking
that?
at them.
Boobs.
Just a bunch of fucking
Yo,
kids.
look, she's got
But then I think
boobs.
you leave it for like the teenagers that drink back there.
Oh, yeah, the
And then
woods
I-
parties.
So they
Yeah.
can jerk off
And
at
they
woods
jerk
parties?
off probably when they get drunk or something. I don't know. I never, we had houses to drink in. But then the older or whatever weirder ones do the rituals. See, it's just the cycle of the fucking suburb woods.
All
Yeah.
right, we're gonna go and do a review of the rocks behind my house for the podcast.
We should review the different porn magazines we find in the woods.
Yeah, maybe they're buried at the base of the rock.
No, I've been up there. Unless
It's like, nope, I checked.
Unless they dropped them up there recently, within the last probably 10 years, because that's probably how long it's been since I've been there.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's not
creepy.
far in the yard, from the yard.
Well,
There's
guys, I got to get out of here.
All right.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do. But this was a lot of
Do you
fun.
have to go to work early in the morning?
I
'Cause
gotta-
I do.
I got to go to work right now.
You're at work.
I have to go back to work. No, I have to do something. But this was so much fun, man.
Yeah, that's a good
Anthony,
time.
you come
dude.
here anytime.
Hell yeah.
Come and hang out and join us.
Come
I
chill.
love it. I like it so much better being in the studio.
Oh, it's incredible. I do this bullshit Zoom calls all the time. They're horrible.
We're gonna have to get a little heater to plug in here soon.
Yeah, we got them. We did it last year. I think.
Actually, I got a radiator, like a plug-in electric,
Mhm.
like oil radiator.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
I
Well,
had it in the
carbon
box fan
monoxide?
at the circus. No, it's just there's oil inside of it instead of water.
Nice.
You can plug it in.
Yeah.
But hey, so you got good stuff coming up at the dojo.
Yeah, we do have some really good stuff.
Do you want to
What's coming up?
elaborate?
tell me.
Colombiana comedy.
Well, December has a lot coming. A lot of stuff booked for December. But on Thanksgiving weekend, we have
18th.
Rich. We have Rich
Cobra
Voss
comedy.
here. We have the legend Rich Voss here.
Not the 18th.
No, he's here Thanksgiving weekend. But yeah, that's the next big show that I got booked. I'm excited for that weekend. There's some special guests coming out. Can't wait for that. I just booked, literally just happened before I walked up here. We're doing another Comedians of the Compound show. That'll be in December. Lots of good stuff coming in December. And I'm working on some crazy stuff for 2022.
Nice.
Some really cool concept shows and things like that. Just a lot of fun stuff.
Astro World. You're gonna.
It's going to be
have.
like
God.
that. Like you're going to walk through a portal to get to the dojo.
Walk through Mike's mouth.
Yeah. It's going to be a portal.
It's gonna be
into the
Sam's
comedy room.
mouth.
that
You
you're
walk
gonna-
through Sam's mouth.
Yeah, my asshole.
Yeah, walk through my butt.
Yeah. It's going to be really good. It's going to open up everyone's minds. You know?
We have a show, the Comedy Hot Box, coming
Yes,
up
we
at
do.
the Warehouse Salon,
That's awesome.
where basically, this is a tester for me. If you purchase your ticket, you get one of these bad boys.
Mm-hmm.
You get $20. You also get a joint. You get $20 gift certificate to the Warehouse Salon.
Yes.
And there will be pizza and like soda and stuff in case you get the munchies.
And then some killer comics.
And
Of course.
good comedy. That's right. Our headliner is Derek Gaines. I got Bobby Tamburo, Vic Cedeno,
Oh, this is some
myself
show.
right now. Yeah.
That's a great show.
And I got Kerry Costa, and I need to put the last person
All right,
in.
slow down with the comics.
But
It's too many now.
That's it. Well, I always do 6.
Only 25
But you-
tickets
And
available.
you do 3 shows right after each other, so it's 666.
yeah.
You motherfucker!
Oh
I knew I was
shit!
dealing with a Satanist. I
Astro
knew I was
comedy,
dealing-
baby.
Motherfucker.
No, you go to livestreamcomedy.com by the time this is posted up, and you can buy tickets there. And yes, you can. The doors are at. Okay, so the show starts at 6. I'll tell it backwards. The show starts at 6. Doors are at 4:20.
What?
So you can get there early enough to eat some of this gummy.
Yeah.
I am warning you right now, some of the gummy, and then save your joint maybe for when the show
What day of
starts.
the week is it?
Sunday.
Cool. I'm gonna have to try check it out.
So Monday
Sure.
you'll
That
be
sounds awesome.
like, yeah, man, no worries.
Sounds
dude.
awesome. Thank you guys. I love you. It's great to be back.
Yeah, man. A lot of
Peace
fun.
out.
Thanks.